Buyer's market? Think again. While most people perceive the media's headlines as doom and gloom, there are a few select people who think of it as an opportunity to capitalize. Are you one of those select few? If not, I got a few facts that might change your mind about this so-called buyer's market. Hey everyone, I'm Ollie Neitzel and welcome to R.E.S Vancouver Real Estate Market Updates, the only channel that gives you an honest, real-time perspective of what's actually happening today, right now in the real estate market. Be sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get into it. Now I know what you're thinking. Ollie, we're not in a buyer's market. What are you talking about? Let me explain. Sales peaked in March and then they plummeted until last month when they finally inched their way up from September. Inventory peaked in July, but has been slowly creeping down ever since. Now, back in the day when I first started my market update videos, I was heavily into the numbers, but I've since steered away from them because they can be a little bit dated, as you saw in my last market update video. However, over the last couple of months, I noticed a slight uptick in seller activity. So it made me think, what's going on here? Why are the headlines the way they are? So I wanted to dive into the numbers a little bit further, and I was shocked to what I found. Months of inventory. Do you remember? Months of inventory tells us roughly how many months it would take to sell all of the active inventory on the market. It is a key market indicator that determines whether you're in a balanced market, a seller's market, or a buyer's market. Months of inventory is basically your supply and demand, and supply and demand always determines price. If you have a low amount of supply and a high amount of demand, prices are going to go up. If you have a high amount of supply and very little demand, prices are going to go down. Between 4 and 6 months of inventory is a balanced market. Below 4 months is a seller's market, and above 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. Months of inventory is determined by taking your active listings and dividing it by your current sales. Are you still with me? If you take last month's inventory and divide it by last month's sale, guess what you get? 5 months of inventory, right smack dab in the middle of a balanced market. And the first time since the market has shifted back in February. Now, before you go out and buy that tear down across the street, there are a few things you need to consider. Just because we dipped into a balanced market for the month of October doesn't mean we're not going to slide back into a buyer's market in the month of November. Balanced markets don't last long. They're simply the short transition between a buyer's market and a seller's market, or vice versa. Interest rates are still forecasted to increase, although many experts say we're near the end of that, hopefully. And you guessed it, historically the benchmark price follows the rise and fall of the interest rates. And this year has been a perfect example of that. So if you're a buyer waiting for the bottom, now might be that time, but don't wait too long, because before you know it, the bottom will be gone. And sellers, inventory will be decreasing as we approach the holidays. Less on the market means you might get that offer you're waiting for. And yes, deals do still happen over the holiday season. To be honest, I'm as shocked as you that we've slipped back into a balanced market for all property types in Metro Vancouver. It'll be interesting to see what the month of November brings. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.